Friends, so we are studying design of the brakes, and we already studied uh, basic type of the problems related with the brakes. After that, we studied design of the short shoe brake and long shoe brakes. And today we will see one problem related with the short shoe brake, and after that we can see the external expanding brakes. After that, remaining portion is the internal expanding brake and the band brakes. So that I will take in the next class. So that's why today we will see one problem related with the short shoe brake, because short shoe brake is very important as per the exam point of view. So that's why I more focus on varieties of all the problems related in the short shoe brake. So different problems I am taking related with the short shoe brake. So please note down today's first problem. A short shoe brake. This is question paper problem. A short shoe brake with a braking torque capacity of 225 Newton meter as shown in figure. The brake drum rotates at rotates at 500 rpm and the coefficient of friction between the brake drum and the block is 0.3. The permissible intensity of pressure between the brake drum and the block is 0.5 Newton per mm square. Calculate first beat free actuating force and the hinge pin reaction for clockwise rotation. The shooting force, second bit, the actuating force and hinge pin reaction for anti-clockwise rotation. C, third bit, dimensions of the block, dimension C, required for break to or break to be self-locking. The rate of heat generated at the beginning of the break. So problem given, this figure given, sorry, this angle is the 20 degree, this is 20 degree, this is 360, and remaining 900. P equal to the radius of the drum, 360 mm. So in this problem, so first free actuating force for hinge pin reaction for clockwise rotation. So when this is clockwise rotation, so that's why I will draw free body diagram for the levers. Now you are familiar, if this is rotate clockwise, so this is also Now in free body diagram, this is also clockwise, mu n. This is P, and this distance equal to how much? This is we require this distance. So this distance equal to 40 given. So actually in the problems this is given 40. So this is 40. Now by taking force, this is N. Now N into 360 plus mu N into 40 equal to P into 900. Actuating force here unknown 2. So that's why torque equal to formula mu frictional force into R. This frictional force 0.3, this is N, R equal to 360, this torque, this is 225 into 1000. So that's why N equal to. So first we will calculate, because here in this equations 2 unknown, 225 multiplied by 1000 for converges meter to mm divided by 0.3 divided by 360 equal to 2083 Newton. Now by taking common 2083 in bracket 360 plus 0.3 into this is 40 equal to P into 900. So 0.3 into 40 is 12 plus 360 multiplied by 2083.33 divided by 900 equal to P equal to 861 Newton. P equal to, so that's why hinge pin reaction. So RV equal to N minus P. N equal to 2083 minus P 861 2083 equal to 122 Newton. Now this is RV equal to, similarly RH equal to mu into N, 0.3 into N equal to 2083 625 Newton. Our resultant equal to 625 square plus 122 square 1372. So this is 1372.5 Newton. So this is first bit over. Second bit, for second bit again. Now free body diagrams. So this is for anti-clockwise, means this coefficient or frictional force, this is opposite. to that, and this is P. So P into 900 plus mu n into 40 equal to n into 360. So P equal to 2083 multiplied by 360 minus, otherwise directly 0.3 into 40 divided by 900. So this actuating force is less. 360 minus 12 multiplied by 2083 divided by 900. This is equal to 805. So this force is, if the direction is anti-clockwise, this force is required is less. Now RV equal to hinge pin reaction N minus P 2083. Okay. And this is 805. 805. So this is equal to 83 and 805. $83.67, 83.05, 2083 minus 05, 1278 Newton. RH equal to, again this is same, mu n means this is 625 newtons, and hinge pin reactions 1278 square plus 625 square equal to plus 625 square under root 142264 Newton. Second bit also over. Now third bit, dimension. Dimensions of the block. So for dimensions above the block, so draw this figure. Suppose this is x r equal to 360 and this angle is the 20 degree. So that's why sin 20 equal to x divided by 360, and x equal to 360 multiplied by sin 20. 360 multiplied by sin 20 equal to 123.12. So this 2x equal to length equal to 2x multiplied by 2. This is 246.25 mm length equal to. Now pressures equal to force divided by projected area. So here force is the N and divided by projected area L into B, and this is 0.5 pressure. N equal to, we already calculated that, 2083. Now L equal to 246.25, B equal to what? So what may be the answers, because this is the according to the given data we are calculated that B equal to 16.91. So this is very less actually, but this is given as per the given values. So this is the correct B equal to. Now next, fourth bit, the dimensions of the C required for the, so this A should be greater than mu C. So A equal to 360 and this 0.3 into C. So C equal to, C should be this is equal to 1200. So this distance should be, if the 1200s there is means no self locking, and if this distance is more than 1200, so self locking can occur. If C is more than 1200, then self locking, otherwise this is not self locking, right? Because this is 40 means no self locking, no self locking. So this is condition. Now fifth bit, heat generated equal to, so heat generated equal to mu n into average velocity. So average velocity equal to pi d n divided by 60,000 plus 0 divided by 2. So this is average velocity. So at the beginning maybe, so means at the starting, so that you can directly multiply it by V, then also correct, but this is the way, so that's why I am calculating this pi multiplied by d equal to 360 multiplied by RPM 500 divided by 1000, 565 sorry. So first I will calculate this total. Pi multiplied by d equal to pi multiplied by 360 multiplied by 500 divided by 60,000, 9.42 meter per second. So heat generated equal to 0.32083 multiplied by 9.42 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 9.42. This is 20 multiplied by 0.3 multiplied by 9.42. This is 5886 joule or 5.886 kilojoule. So this is expected answers. Now I think these problems are sufficient for the short shoe brake. So that's why we'll see. Next problem is the external expanding brake. So applications above the block shoe brake, that is generally used in the railway, and in some of the cases external expanding brake, that is also used. So in the external expanding brake, so the brake is applied on the both side. In the internal expanding brakes also both is applied on from the both side. So please note down. And externally contracting brake and externally contracting brake arrangement as shown in figure. As shown in figure is used to stop the brake drum operating at 500 RPM by applying a force of 1.5 kilonewton at the end of lever using the following data. Determine the face width of the shoe. Power absorbed by the drum assume drum diameter 300 mm. Maximum intensity of pressure 100 kilopascal. Kilopascal means multiplied divided by 1000 means that becomes, so this is for confusion purpose, this is given mu equal to 0.25 and forget the width of brake liner 30 mm. So this is external expanding or contracting brake instead of the expanding, you can say this is contracting. So in this problem And this is a mechanism lever. This is brake lining material. And this inclination this is equal to 125. This is also 125 degree. And this is remaining 30. So I think there is no use of this 30. This distance 100. This distance 450. And the force Newton. Because we require more space to solve the problem. And this distance equal to 50, 50. And this distance 75, 75. So that distance is required 75, 75. So what it may be? So P equal to 1500 Newton. So first we'll calculate the tensions in this link. So because this tension in the link equal to, suppose that is T. So that's why here free body diagram, equal and opposite force acting. So this force is the T and this is P, 1500, and this is T. I think this distance is the 100. So T into 100 equal to P into 450. So T equal to T into 45 multiplied by 15, 675. So this distance equal to so this is right, because this is 45. Now, because this angle is the more than, so we require equivalent coefficient above the frictions. So equivalent coefficient above the frictions means u dash mu into 4 sin theta divided by 2 theta plus sin 2 theta. Theta equal to 125. So first we will convert this theta. So 125 multiplied by pi divided by 180 plus sin 125, because this is sin 125 divided by 2 plus 125 theta plus equal to 1 divided by answers multiplied by 4 into sin 125 multiplied by mu equal to 0.25. So this is mu dash equal to equivalent coefficient above the frictions 0.2729. This is the equivalent coefficient above the friction because this angle is more than 45 degree or 60 degree. So after that we will draw free body diagrams for the left hand link. So this force means here force, and this is NL, right? And okay. So directions arrangement as shown in figure is used to stop by applying the force. Find here directions is important because I forget direction. So this drum rotate clockwise direction. Drum rotate clockwise direction. So that's why this frictional force here opposite, and this frictional force mu NL into, and this force is the so this is T, and this is NL, all right, because this is T equal to 675. Now because this thickness is given 30 mm, so that's why T into this 30 mm, this 30 mm, and this 30 mm plus this 100 mm. 30 plus diameter 300 plus 10 plus 100. So that's why T into 30 plus 30 plus 300 plus 100. So this is clockwise. This force plus mu NL into distance. This distance equal to this distance means total 300 diameter. So that's why this is 300 divided by 2 equal to, and this is NL into 300 plus 30. T equal to 675 multiplied by 430 this is equivalent coefficient 0.2729 multiplied by NL, that is to be calculate 150 NL equal to 330 multiplied by 150 minus 330, this is equal to 289 NL, and this is 675 multiplied by 430. So NL equal to 1 divided by answers multiplied by 675 multiplied by 430. This is equal to 104.14 Newton. NL equal to. Similarly, we have to draw the figures. So actually this is half, and up to that, but this is also, so this end is the pivoted end and that force is acting, so that's why we have to consider here, and this is actually here equal and opposite. So whatever may be, so this is T, this is right hand, and this is clockwise. So that's why this is downward. Mu dash into. So this force is the mu dash into NR. Now similarly, again T into 30 plus 30 plus 300 100. So this is anti-clockwise, and these both are clockwise. So that's why NR into, can I directly write 330, sorry, because this is drum, this is drum, this is drum, this is drum, because we consider this is 300 divided by, similarly yes, this is 150, sorry, because it's not correct. So what will be this answer? So NL into, this is 180. So 180 0.150 multiplied by 0.2729 plus 180 minus 180, sorry, again once again minus sorry, multiplied by, so this is 139 9. So this value definitely increase. 675 multiplied by 430 equal to 2087. 2087 multiplied by this is 180. Or otherwise I did wrong. Yes, because this distance is also is to be considered. So this distance equal to, this is wrong again. Here's this is 150 minus 50. Sorry, once again. This is actual correct. 27 180 minus 27.29 बराबर 1 divided by answers multiplied by 675 multiplied by 430. This is equal to, this is right, 1900. Why this is 150? Because this distance is to be minus, 50 distance is to be minus. So this is NR into 180, that is correct, plus mu dash NR into 150 minus this distance 50. So T equal to 675 multiplied by 4. Again I did mistake. See, such type of the silly mistake I have made during the calculation, or otherwise you may be think what is sir is doing. So 1900 divided by 430 multiplied by 460. This is equal to 2032. So this is correct. Because this is 675 multiplied by 460 divided by 180 plus 27, 207.29 equal to. So this is NR equal to 1497 Newton. Now NR is different and NL is different. So that's why the width of the shoe. So width of the shoe, let's say first bit, width of the shoe means we have to calculate this angle and this radius equal to 150. This angle is 125 is 62.5. Now this is suppose x. So sine 62.5 equal to x divided by 150. X equal to sine 62.5 multiplied by 150. X equal to So what we calculated, that is correct. Once again I will check. 150 into sine 62.5. So this is 133 mm. That's why 2x equal to, because this is 2x equal to multiplied by 2, 266 mm. So length equal to 266 mm. So pressures equal to force divided by area. Now force, which is the maximum force, that is to be considered. So this NL is maximum. So that's why here consider NL divided by area equal to L into B. So NL equal to 2032. So why this NL? Because this step is important. Otherwise NR, some of the student may be consider this is NR or maybe combined. So because NL is the this is the normal force acting on the left brake shoe, and that is more as compared to right hand side brake shoe. So that's why you can consider this is 2032. Now pressures equal to 1000 divided by 1000, because this is for, since 1000 kilopascal equal to this is megapascal. No. Yes. So yes, this become megapascal. 1 megapascal. 1 into force 2032 divided by 266, B equal to so width is required, very less width, 7.63 mm width is required. So this is the, as per the given value. Right, and last bit, braking torque equal to mu dash NL plus NR into radius. This is 0.27. Mu equal to, so where is the mu dash? 027 29 2032 plus 1497, radius equal to 150 divided by 1000. 0272 multiplied by 2032 1497 multiplied by 150 147 kilojoule. So this much is the torque equal to kilojoule, because this is Newton mm, Newton mm to Newton meters means this is joule. Newton mm to Newton meters. So this is not kilojoule. And power equal to 2 pi nt divided by 60 into 1000, 10 to the power 6, or otherwise two into pi multiplied by RPM equal to, RPM is given drum at 300 mm, maximum intensity pressure 1000 joule of 5.4 RPM 500. This is 500 given divided by 60. This is equal to 7.73 kilowatt power absorbed. Now I think you understand these problems. So in the next class we will see problems related with the band brake, and after that we can see what is the theory related with the brake. So that's why we can conduct examinations on the surprise test. This is based on the brakes. So be prepared for surprise test. So in the next two class I will take one class problems related with the band brake, and in the another class theory related with the brakes, and we can conduct the surprise test that is based on the brakes. So that's why today I stop here. Thank you.